Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Barefoot Lawyer Reports. My name is Will Deathridge, the producer, and joining me today, as always, is Chen Guangcheng.
Hi, my friend. I'm glad to see you again here.
In the midst of all these protests going on in China right now, which you can hear about on our other podcasts we've released recently, there is a huge trial that is about to happen concerning Jimmy Lai, who founded several media outlets and companies in Hong Kong. But we have a podcast talking a little about Jimmy Lai and the
hmm
award he won from the Catholic University of America. He won an honorary degree, even though he's in prison. But Guangcheng, could you explain who is Jimmy Lai?
Jimmy Lai is in Chinese we call it e-media spouse.
So you said e-media, right?
E-media, yeah,
Yeah, so
media.
electronic media. So yeah, things
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, electronic media. Yes,
television, online newspaper, and you said that the main publication is Apple Daily, correct?
yes, yes. Yeah, Jimmy Lai did a good job to keep the freedom of speech in Hong Kong. Hong Kong has a freedom of speech and the rule of law already. So the Communist Party tried to buy the media.
Right. This was
But
after the British left Hong Kong and let it be autonomous. And you're saying that the Chinese Communist Party started buying out all the media
yeah,
outlets. Is that right?
yeah. 2 years ago, the Hong Kong people protest on the street a lot. So the Communist Party created a evil law to control Hong Kong. After that, he still refused to work for the Communist Party. So then the Communist Party tried to persecute him. The sixth leader in e-media, the Communist Party put them in jail now. So
You say there are
tomorrow,
6 leaders in the media?
yeah, in that media, six leaders.
Okay, so there were 6 leaders in the electronic media or e-media, and they put them all in jail. On what grounds? Like what did they use to justify putting them in jail?
Yeah, the Communist Party said they work with the foreign countries' people,
Got it.
tried to destroy the Communist Party's power. Yeah, Jimmy Lai have a lawyer in London, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, before in Hong Kong, if the people want to use a lawyer from London, it's okay. That is legal.
Yes.
But now, Hong Kong government have to ask Beijing, oh, Jimmy Lai can use a lawyer from London or not? Until now,
Right.
Beijing said no. The person in jail have to have a lawyer, right?
Yes.
But the company will order a lawyer for them. Yeah, that is the guy, the party's lawyer, not Jimmy Lai's lawyer, right?
Right. Now, how is the Communist Party doing this? Because it when Hong Kong gained its independence from Britain, it was supposed to be able to govern itself, right? So
Mhm.
how is the Communist Party doing this? Are they putting pressure on the Hong Kong government, or are they installing leaders in the Hong Kong government? How are they doing all this?
Of course, they give the big pressure to Hong Kong government.
Got it. So
So
ever since they implemented these new laws a couple of years ago, uh, the
yeah,
Chinese
yeah,
Communist Party has had a lot more authority over the judicial proceedings, over the trials in Hong Kong. Because before there was a lot more freedom there, right?
yeah, no freedom now. Yeah, the Communist Party took over already. Hong Kong became like the village in mainland China. The Communist Party made an evil law to control Hong Kong. That law is not constitutional.
So what
So
what does that law say or do, Guangcheng? Could you explain that law a little more?
uh, that law we call it Hong Kong National Security Law. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, yeah. So
So
what does the law say? Do you know?
that law means everything in Hong Kong they have to listen to Beijing. Yeah.
Okay.
Now they use that law to destroy Hong Kong's freedom and the rule of law.
Part of the law says that, so there's certain things that the Chinese Communist Party in Beijing can exert influence over in Hong Kong, part of which include acts of secession, subversion, terrorism, and collusion with foreign or external forces, which is precisely what they're trying to use to justify the arrest of Jimmy Lai, right?
Yeah. So even the media, the media, if you keep writing the article to criticize the Communist Party's policy or the Communist Party's officials, yeah, they can stop the media. They can take away the license. They can put the journalists in jail and transfer the journalists to mainland China to prosecute them.
Guangcheng, is there a lot of protest in response to these trials? Do you know? Is there a lot of backlash that the Communist Party is facing in Hong Kong? Do you know what that's like over there?
Now, in mainland China, a lot of people come to street to protest. And I saw some information on the internet. Hong Kong people said, oh, the people stand up in mainland China. Why we still keep silent? So then the people come to street to support Hong Kong.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, because of all these protests that are already happening in China, which we, like I said, we covered in our previous episode of the Barefoot Lawyer Reports, there will be even more pushback against Jimmy Lai's trial, which is happening this week. It's ongoing, and we'll continue covering it. Guangcheng, what can as we ask every time, what can listeners of the podcast do to support Hong Kong, Jimmy Lai, freedom of the press in Hong Kong and all of China?
Yeah, now the student in the university in America, in Los Angeles, in San Francisco, in New York, in Washington, stand up to support China people. Even the Florida's governor gave a speech to support Chinese people.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis.
And some congressmen, senators, they give a speech to support the Chinese people. So I think we can write a letter to ask the U.S. government to support Chinese people, and we can join the protest surround the Communist Party's embassy to support Chinese people. And another way is we have to ask government and Congress, if the Communist Party tried to crack down the Chinese people, if they do that like 30 years ago, like Tiananmen Square, we should punish them. And we can share the video, what's happening in mainland China on the social media or the media.
Yes.
To let more people know what's happening in mainland China now. Yeah, all that will help Chinese people.
Yeah, we're publishing a lot of the videos that we've been featuring in our podcasts that Guangcheng receives from mainland China and Hong Kong on our Facebook page recently, which you can find in the description. So we'll continue to do that for sure.
This is William Saunders. I'm the director of the Center for Human Rights, where Guangcheng is a distinguished fellow. And I wanted to add a little addendum to this podcast. As we're getting ready to release it, we've received new news about Jimmy Lai. It looks like his trial, which was due to start in the first part of December, and then it was delayed a week, will probably be delayed all the way to September of next year. During that time, I hope that everybody listening to this will watch a video that just came out. It's called The Hong Konger, and it's about Jimmy Lai, and it was produced by the Acton Institute. We had a premiere here at Catholic University on campus on December the 9th, which the center co-sponsored along with the business school. And it's a very moving film. He is a serene figure, even though he faces Lord knows how long in prison. He just believes in freedom and freedom of the press and freedom of speech. and he opposes tyranny, even though he's a billionaire and he could escape, or not even escape, he could just get on a plane and leave. He could have. He decided to stay there and face the tyrants because they have no legal right to do what they're doing. Everything they're doing to him and to Hong Kong is in violation of international law. So this film documents his rise from a street boy to a billionaire and the head of a massive media empire who dared to tell the truth. It also features a man named William McGurn, who is a columnist for the Wall Street Journal. I introduced the film at our premiere here, and William McGurn, whose daughter is a student at Catholic University, was present to talk about Jimmy Lai afterwards. So I commend that to you. You now may have months, several months, to get up to speed on Jimmy Lai, and his fate is emblematic of what's happening to Hong Kong. So, as Guangcheng says, we have to stand up to the tyrants.
Writing to our congressmen and women, and writing on social media, especially if the mainstream media doesn't pick up on these, is crucial. We encourage all of you to share our podcasts, share our resources on social media, across YouTube, iTunes, Facebook, and our website at catholic.edu/chr to help spread the message of standing against tyranny of the Chinese Communist Party.